There's nothing better than the resolutions. I don't think I want to read them, but there's nothing better. I don't know. I've said my piece. I have to kind of retract a little bit from this morning.
So seriously, Rob, after I left, what happened in there? Are they were just still going through the
They're still going through resolutions and speakers and.
But ours are tomorrow, right?
Yeah. So all we have to do is know how to handle the resolutions. If
Did you get to vote?
Amendments. I voted.
I voted.
Everything's been voted on the affirmative. There's been no dissent.
Yeah. So, but are they
all unanimous?
But are they counting the number of votes?
No, it's all unanimous. If there's opposition, they withdraw there's only been a couple withdrawn resolutions. But there hasn't been any hostility. There hasn't been any rancor. No dissent.
So it looks like we might get our resolution passed.
I would think our resolution would be easily passed compared to what some of these. I mean.
How does it make you feel? I mean, does it empower you to raise up that little voting card?
No, I don't feel empowered. This is not where I'm at. But it's interesting. It's interesting to see. Maybe we can all change something together. But it's kind of like it's spice on the pudding. There's not a whole lot to all these like so-called resolutions.
Well, what I liked is the workshops is where you got them speaking, their point of view and expressing their concerns, earlier on before this voting thing. But the real main question is, how's your sandwich?
Yeah, well, I wanted to get back to that. So thanks for asking, though, Margarito.
Is it okay?
I'll
Good.
eat. So now you can take the camera off. And there was nothing but. I don't want to say that who represents this Congreso because it's not up to me. But to be frank with you, there was no voices of dissent about why you wouldn't want to be counted. Nativo Lopez was the only one who had any a position against being counted. What Rafael said, until they stop the deportations and the actions, I don't want to be counted. He says, I don't want to give my phone number. He says, if you know what's in your refrigerator, you can go in there and take it. He says, if I give my name and my phone number, my address, and who I am, and give it to the government, it's like they can go to the refrigerator and grab me. So I don't know if that's a story for you, but that's what he said. So I'm not sure that all the affirmation of the census by this Congress represents the people who are in the who are behind the scenes, people who don't want to talk about this, and they don't stand to benefit, or they feel they don't benefit, and quite frankly, I don't know that they do.
I agree with you.
The government people want to have programs. It's understandable. He laughed. They showed a video, Maldev, and he laughed at it. He says he was laughing with me, sitting next to me. So I'll be honest with you, some of these resolutions, I'm not sure that we're getting the voice of the people.
That's how I feel too.
Take it off. Nativo Lopez asked for an amendment to the resolution that would ask that they count and keep track of all the people who weren't counted in the next 18 to 24 months after the date of the census, so that people won't be undercounted. But also that the Latino Congreso ask with strong language that the deportations and the criminalization be stopped.
Was that similar to the guy that said put a hold on the deportations while the census process is going? Is that?
No, as a matter of fact, they did say that they asked that there be a hold on any actions while the census is being taken, which seems laughable to me that they would start it and stop it. But it's kind of like a Christmas time truce in the demilitarized zone, where two opposing soldiers become friends during Christmas time and then go back to killing each other right after Christmas.
Did any other voices get heard, like Isabel or anybody like that?
Isabel didn't raise her voice, but again, Nativo Lopez made a friendly amendment, but as I understood, he still stands with his organization I don't want to say in opposition because I can't speak for them, but I'm not sure that they endorsed the census. But otherwise, it was unanimous and with vigor by a lot of the organizations that were here.
Now, can you talk
And I don't
about?
want to say that I don't support it. So on the record, I understand that it's not my position to make comment on that. I understand the sensitivity of that topic for the groups involved.
So talk about like the opposition. Like you said, if people raise their little thing saying I don't support this
There was no
resolution.
dissent on a single issue. There was not a single. It was all unanimous consent on all resolutions. I never saw maybe one vote that was in dissent.
Did
on
that
any.
did that person get hurt or no?
No. It was a very. These are very clean cut, approvals. So it's like a rubber stamp Congress. I mean, there's a thing to be said for unanimous approval. A group needs to stand united. There doesn't need to be division in an organization.
Yeah,
Not
but getting
bad.
back to the regular question,
back to
how's
my
your sandwich?
sandwich?
Yeah, how's your sandwich?
I'll wait until the last question.
That is the last question. How's your sandwich?